Hey everyone, welcome back. Today's tutorial is for Valentine's. We've got a bit of those pink tones on the eyes, but grounded with rich browns to make it a bit more wearable. Pair with a nude lip and some dewy skin, because you all know I love that. I hope you enjoy. Starting with a pore filling primer across the nose. L'Oreal Beige Magique. This is one of those YouTube made me do it purchases, and it really does camouflage pores. I'd say just use it sparingly because it can ball up on the skin if you're heavy-handed. For the rest of the face, I'm opting for an Illuminating primer. This one is by Tom Ford. Adore, love it to bits. Every time I wear it, I feel as though my foundation is really melted into the skin. For foundation, such a broken record. The Kogan Do Aqua mixed with a dot of Armani Luminous Silk in 6. So the Armani I'm using to deepen the shade, but it's also legit the greenest foundation on the market. So if you are olive and not averse to a bit of mixing, Luminous Silk number 6 might be the answer to all of your color matching woes. Anyway, patting that mix over the majority of my face, and let's move on to the eyes and we'll complete the base a little later. MAC 24-Hour Extended Eye Base. Highly recommend this eye primer for hooded eyes especially. It's super grippy in finish, so prevents a shimmery lid color from transferring to the crease. First shade, Anastasia Birkin, which we're using above the crease as a transition shade. Now I would describe Birkin as equal parts peach and mauve. It's a very unique shade. I don't own anything else like it. Next, onto a matte neutral brown with a smaller brush and using a bit of windscreen wiper motion, some circular motions to deepen the socket. And typically, I will take my crease color right into the inner socket because that suits my heavy eyelid. I encourage you to modify the placement and make it your own. Onto Anastasia Rich Brown, which is a fabulous, cool, deep brown. There's no reddened tones here at all. So focusing on the outer crease, and when there is less product on the brush, dusting through the rest of the socket for a little bit of continuity. Our lid color is the focal point of this look, so starting with a white base so that the shadows apply true to pan. Also blending some of that white base around the tear duct, bit of a preliminary highlight. Can you believe that I've owned this Natasha Denona palette for a while now and I just haven't got around to using it? I know, these are my first world problems. Let me know in the comments if you would like to see this more in tutorials. I can do that. So taking the shade Golden Rose on a slick, flat brush and pressing over the entire mobile lid. The lid and the crease color weren't meshing well here. I think you can see that. It looks a bit unfinished. So back to the deep brown, just along the seam, so the transition is smoother. Totally optional step, but I'm getting carried away in all of the fun here. I'm popping a bit of gold eyeshadow on the ball of the eye, for no other reason than the Natasha Denona eyeshadow was really far pinker than I had expected, so the gold tones it down a bit. Onto eyeliner, and if you consume as much caffeine as I do, you might want to map out your angle with a softer color first. So you can use a brown eyeshadow. I'm using a brow pen. Good tip for shaky hands. Then you can go in with your black liner. My wing here is rather long, but not too thick, because I want that lid color to be visible even when my eyes are open. Same black gel underneath the lashes to tightline. You know how it goes, fill in any gaps of skin. For lashes, I think this look pairs perfectly with the House of Lashes Tigress. They've got an elongated shape and flutter outwards as opposed to upwards, so they don't obscure our lid color, which we worked pretty hard on. Let's just go ahead and gloss over the brows because you guys have seen this routine in previous tutorials and I'm getting bored of it, so I'm sure you are too. Back to the face, and in an effort to not use the Urban Decay Naked Concealer, which I've used in my last 12 tutorials, I went out and purchased an old favorite, by Terry. This offers less coverage and longevity than the Urban Decay, but it does sit nicely on dry skin and fine lines if that's a concern. Hey, this is a new product, or at least a new product to me, the Burberry Contour Stick. It does lean a little warm, so I'm using it as a bronzer contour placement, a bronzer placement, if you will. The formula is gorgeous though. It's got that silicone slip and it blends out so effortlessly, you don't even have to try. Extra cheekbones is always a good idea. Can you see how ashy these Anastasia creams are? I know it looks crazy at first, but once blended out, oof, glorious. Just realized this tutorial is Anastasia heavy, all of which I purchased with my own monies, for the record. The site does ship to Australia. FYI for my Aussies. Keeping with the cream textures, let's use a cream blush, which I like to first scribble on my hand and then apply with a synthetic brush. This is the perfect angelic pink shade, which I think ties nicely with the pink on the eyes. A bit of precise powdering just under the eyes and on the sides of the nose. I've been keeping powder to a minimum lately, and I'm really liking it. My skin is drier and drier by the day. I know that I am the very last person on this train, but hello, champagne pop. Everyone told me that this was super intense, and yet I was still surprised by how intense. So let's pause that frame just to appreciate. Oh yeah. High five, Jaclyn Hill, you did good. A few finishing touches on the eyes, packing the dark brown shadow close to the roots of the lashes, from the inner to the outer corner. Then take our medium neutral brown on a pencil brush and buff back and forth, again from the inner to the outer corner. I think a smokier lower lash line really balances the drama on top. This is a new mascara by Marc Jacobs. I just received this, and I think a lot of people are going to love it for the lower lashes because the brush is minuscule and it separates the lashes very well. I'm feeling a strong tear duct highlight today. I'm always feeling a strong tear duct highlight. This is Urban Decay Polyester Bride, which is the perfect name. It reminds me of white polyester, and I mean that in the best way possible. I don't know what you guys got planned for Valentine's Day, like maybe a lip balm would be most appropriate. I feel like this conversation is a little bit awkward. I'm going for a nude lip, okay? So starting with a peachy lip liner all over the lips and topping with a pale pink liquid lipstick. This nude is a little bit stark on my coloring, so patting it in with the fingers and boom, makeup done. All in all, here is my Valentine's makeup cheat sheet too long didn't read version. Wear what makes you feel beautiful, whether that be pink eyeshadow or red lips or no makeup at all. It's about feeling good, whatever that may mean to you. So to me, it's a lot of makeup because I love makeup. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will speak to you all very soon. Bye bye.